if you're suggesting that Gary Bettman is the reason we're going through the same thing over and over and over again, that's certainly your prerogative, and it would be the prerogative of many to see those opinions regularly on the board, Twitter, and everywhere else. But, given that Gary works for his constituents, is it still not, at the end of the day, what you alluded to earlier, that owners have to figure out how they're going to divide the pie? Well, they'll never admit that. And I think that's the biggest problem. Gary Bettman's not going to come to the table and say, look, guys, we're going to figure this out. We'll call you when we have everything figured out, because the East, everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to win. Last I was a kid, I blamed it on my brother who wasn't even home. So everyone always wants to point the finger. Yeah. And you know, sometimes, so what's it going to take to convince the Philadelphia, New York Rangers, Toronto Maple Leafs of the world that they have to act more like the New York Yankees and Boston Red Sox? I don't know. Because that's really what has to happen. I'm like Jeff Spicoli right here. I don't know. I don't know. Mr. Spicoli, I don't know. Do you think that we will see that day where those teams accept that they have to share a bigger portion of the pie? Because my theory is if they don't accept it, then they can just go and form their own league. Well, and I know it's a harsh and flippant statement, and there's not a lot of truth and conviction when I'm saying it, but the fact of the matter is, it's a big league, and big market teams are responsible for the greater good of the game, whether they like it or not, whether they have loved the profit sheet at the end of the year for 6 or 7 decades. Times change. The game has changed. The game makes so much money. I get a little fired up. I understand. Because it's almost training camp time, and we should be talking about who's going to be... Keep going. Keep going. I just don't want you to yell at me. I can't handle it. Kevin yelling at me. I'm not yelling at me. So go on. They absolutely have to step up and share a greater percentage. It's not simple, because Rob alluded to it earlier. The great part of the game now is the competitive nature of the Buffaloes, the Nashvilles, the Minnesotas. You want an owner to be able to go out and compete with big boys. I'm going to kind of sound smart here. So, I read a book. Started called Two Days to Fail. And, you know, it's about, the market crash and Wall Street, all the guys from the big banks. They create their own mess. They pull, all these guys. And it just kind of, it almost reminds me of that a little bit. Like these guys, what did he take? But it's like, I don't know. But they can't look beyond the federal government comes and drops them in. If you guys have a mess here, you have to clean this up. The Fed's not bailing you out. Gary Bettman needs to get his owners in a room, sit them down and say, we're not leaving here. And there's no bailout. We're not going to players for money. We're not, we have an issue here of $1.4 billion that we need to spread out amongst 30 owners. And we can't figure this thing out. You want to go to the players who their max guy makes $10 million, but these guys are spending hundreds of millions on organizations for friggin' hobbies? Sit them down in a room and slap them in the ass and say, hey, let's figure this thing out. You guys figure it out. Then come to us with a realistic proposal that you guys have for yourselves. Then we'll work. Then we will come back to play, and when you guys can sort out who gets this Lego, who gets that, who gets this Micro Machine, G.I. Joes, and wrestling dolls. I can't stress this enough that it's an internal problem. Yeah. It's funny because am I on the wrong page? No, you're on the right page. It's funny because the players don't want to take less, obviously, and 57-43 is a huge loss, and the big market teams in the NHL don't want to take less. So it's about acceptance. It's about doing what's better for the greater good of the game. And on that note, we take a break, come back. Jack will be first up on the phone lines at 803-0550, 1-888-550-2550. Andrew Peters, Brian Duff with you, Sabres Hockey Hotline, WGR Sports Radio 550.
A true story from Mexico.
My name is Ryan Mariani.
October 24th, 2004, I went with my family to Becca Farms in Gasport, New York. As we were leaving, I did not have my seatbelt on. I know that we were hit from the side. The next thing I remember after that was that I couldn't see, and I was asking my mother, am I going to die? When I heard a man say, she's touch and go, we better get Mercy Flight in here. I had a lot of blood in my eyes. And he picked me up, and I was able to open them. I saw the sun coming through the windshield of the helicopter, and I knew how fast they were going to get me there. Everyone should know about Mercy Flight, to know that it's out there, to feel safe. I actually literally smile up at the sky when I can tell that it's Mercy Flight.
Join Lawry Insurance and WGR and support Mercy Flight. Please make a donation now at mercyflight.org. That's mercyflight.org.
My name is Ryan Marie Reeves. When millions mattered, Mercy Flight was there.
This is Mike Schob. I want to tell you about some new friends I've made over at Colton RV. I just the other day, for the first time, visited a showroom, one of their two showrooms. They've got a new one in Orchard Park. I went to the one on Niagara Falls Boulevard in North Tonawanda. And I was blown away. I've never owned one of these vehicles. I've never come close to thinking about it, but I totally was being there and walking away. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers. You've got to learn more about the terminology. Pop-up tent campers. These things can run not that expensive, only a few $1,000s, and the financing, right now the interest rates are so low that it's probably the best time to buy an RV in a long time, if ever. The new 2013s are coming in, and at Colton, they need to make room, so great deals are on the table now. This place is top of the line, natural service department in Western New York, too. Check out Colton RV. I think you'll enjoy it. Lots to see and great deals, too. Southwestern Boulevard in Orchard Park and Niagara Falls Boulevard in North Tonawanda.
Summer is a great time of the year and a great time to get a low mortgage rate from Quicken Loans. Jay Farner here, folks, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some amazing news for you. These mortgage rates are some of the lowest that we've seen since Richard Nixon